What sort of car are you getting, Johnny? I can, mate. Can you hear me? What sort of car are you getting? Oh, okay. Bright orange. City colours, eh? No worries.
My new wireless charger for car when it comes. Did you get a car seat? No one cares, Jim. Yep, so I hope everybody's well. We'll be starting at 6 o'clock in the next 5 minutes. If you can get your score predictions in, also if you can share and like it for me, please. And we'll be just talking about other bits and bobs. Let's try and get the coffee. Oh, there's 50 appearance tomorrow. That's not bad. Missed you, Jim. Have you got a weekend, Jim? Got a small team called Bristol Rovers. It won't surprise me if that small team beats you, Jim. Is it Narkewell? Narkewell's hat trick. City Rovers. Yeah. Still same area, Robbie. Just different teams. Loan him out for a loan him out for again. So if you can, everybody, please like and share. And we'll be starting the podcast in the next couple of minutes. And see if how many people have got Right, let's get this show on the road, shall we? Wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and welcome to Bradford vs Bromley pre-match chat live on X, YouTube, Facebook, and other social sites. I should be, hopefully, they can hear me, be joined by Lee and Robbie.
And Stan's just arrived.
Yep.
And Johnny.
Hey there, Robbie.
Bryn.
Right. Let's try that. Oh, and
Diane.
So, in today's podcast, we'll be talking about the Salford game and the dreaded did the ball cross the line, the Bromley pre-match chat, the score prediction, also the latest Bradford City news, and what's on your plate. So, Stan, Diane, Lee, and Robbie should be able to hear me. So, let's get this show on the road again. So, Stan, if you can hear me, what was your thoughts on the Salford game?
Good evening to everybody. It's been a long time. I've been a very busy boy. I'm still a busy boy, but for me, the Salford game was very disappointing. I went away to Grimsby, and I thought we played some dynamic stuff. I thought we looked really good, and whether it was just different personnel, but I was slightly underwhelmed by the Salford game. But but for a sort of, my initial thoughts were it didn't go over the line. But looking at the replays, unless it's one of those millimeter where the edge of the ball is just kind of clinging onto the line by an absolute millimeter or a thread, it looked over the line, didn't it? So underwhelmed, but we showed better in the second half. But it was disappointing from the Tuesday game at Grimsby.
And glad to have you back, Stan. I've missed your tone of voice. Welcome back.
Oh, anyone can miss the tone of my voice. Thank you. Good to be back, Johnny.
And hopefully Miss Diane should be able to hear me.
Thanks, I'm eating. Again.
I've always got something in you.
That sounds so... Right. I know.
Right, Dan, what was your thoughts on the Salford game?
I think we played okay. I said to Emma that when it got, when it dragged on, we're 0-0, I said it's either going to be a 0-0 or 1-0. And that ball was over the line, definitely. Because I even showed my dad, and my dad went, that were over. So I think we played all right. It's just, I don't know, second game in, just have to wait and see. I just wish he'd dropped Smallwood. Because Smallwood just keeps wanting to take his bat and ball and just take ball and play like that. And nobody'd let me tell him what my dad said. That was meanies. So, but yeah, Salford game were all right. But at least we got a point. But come end of season, could that 2 points that we lost be vital?
Okay. I'm going to save my Salford thing for the chat, shout and vent thing. Lee, are you here?
I am here, yes.
So what's your thoughts on the Salford game?
I had the benefit of watching it on the TV, so it was at least 2 foot over the line. There were no millimetres involved, trust me. And I'm sure everybody's seen the footage by now. Definite goal. Definite mistake by the officials, all concerned. Why 1 out of 3 couldn't see anything, I don't know. But we don't have VAR. We've got no recourse. We can't argue the point. Nothing will be done. We'll just get fined for complaining. So it should have been 1-0 Bradford City. One. We have to take it on chin. But as Diane just alluded to there, if we'd have had 2 more points at the end of last season, we would have been in the playoffs. That's how important 2 points can prove over the length of a season.
So my ex has decided to have a massive crash, so I don't know who's actually accepted the invites. So I hope Robbie can hear me.
Mine's crashed as well, Johnny. Don't even worry about it. think it's a Twitter thing. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you, mate. You're coming in
good.
loud and clear.
Yeah, both teams very poor. Bradford poor, Salford poor. Horrible to watch first half. It literally just flew by. Not many big chances. I think Clark Adore and Poynton were probably the nicest ones to watch in the second half. Obviously, we didn't take his chances, even if the goal did go in. It's still a 1-0. I want to win games 2-0, 3-0. But yeah, both poor teams deserve the draw. So yeah.
And hopefully we are joined by Labib. I don't know if he's accepted the request or not because I can't see a damn thing. But is he there or is he just listening? I think he's just listening. Right. So moving on to what everyone's here for. So Bradford City versus Bromley FC. Kick off at 3 o'clock tomorrow at the University Bradford Stadium. And I want to say thanks, Diana, for sending me the referee because it's not showing up what I'm normally using. So the referee is Scott Simpson. In 2024-2025, he's had 1 league appearance. He's dished out 3 yellow cards, no second yellows, no reds, no penalties. He's had 1 league appearance in the National League where he's had 5 yellow cards, no second yellows, no reds, no penalties. In the EFL Trophy, he's had 1 appearance, 6 yellow cards, no second yellows, no reds, 1 penalty. Altogether, he's had 3 appearances, 14 yellow cards, no second yellows, no reds, and 1 penalty. And digging into the top goal scorers. So the top goal scorer for Bradford is Patterson. And the top goal scorer for Bromley is Cheek. Patterson's got 1 goal, Cheek's got 2. Patterson's got no assists, Cheek's got no assists. And they've both played 2 games each. A little bit of an insight, Bradford City have scored 9 goals in their last 5 matches, unbeaten in the last 5 home games. Andy Cook is the most shots on target per match of Bradford City, 1.1. Bromley have scored 10 goals in their last 5 matches, have kept a clean sheet in competitions too. Iris Obner has created the most big chances for Bromley, 1. And here we go. So, heading over to the Telegraph and Argos from Sam Parker. The possible lineup is for Bradford: Walker, Baldwin, Byrne, Kelly, Holiday, Smallwood, Wright, Savak, Patterson, Sanderson, Cook. With Cav, Smith, Walker, O'Dwyer, Patterson, Shepherd, Doyle. And Bromley is Smith, Webster, Grant. I can't pronounce these names. I'm sorry if I'm shocking at pronouncing names. Obdwa, Amre, Charles. I think it's Arthur's. Raynand, Whitley, Congrave, and Cheek. I'm not even going to pronounce the substitutes. The match odds for the game are City 8-13, Bromley 4-1, and the draw is 14-15. Scott Simpson's from Stoke, and he was in the middle for City's 1-1 draw at Colchester in January. So now going through each of you, what do you think the team and stuff will be tomorrow, starting off with Stan?
My guess is he's going to play similar to a starting lineup from last Saturday. But the one thing I've noted, I'll just disagree with Diana, if I may, with regards to Smallwood. I thought he had, from the 2 games I've seen, he's looked better than he did for most parts, probably because he's kind of almost been given that role that he probably was brought in for, in terms of just allow the other players to play around him. I personally think the starting lineup at Grimsby played better, and I thought Clark had a good game, and I thought he played good at left wing back. Ironically, what we brought him in for, him and Bobby down the left looked really good, and I would have had Jamie Walker in at the start, but also as well, I thought the lad Shepherd did well. He looked really. Kelly, I like Kelly, but he frustrated me with some of his passing play. It's almost like he was running out of options. I think Shepherd is better on the ball, both equally good defenders. So, I mean, I don't know what his thoughts are for tomorrow myself, but those are the changes I would make.
And before we go to Diane, we've had Dan on Facebook. Bromley will be up. Oh, Bromley will be well up for this. Had a good start, and they're looking forward to this game the most. Right, Miss Diane, what's your thoughts on the game tomorrow?
The game tomorrow is, I'll tell you this now, I am not looking forward to it because you know what'll happen. Bromley, like that guy said, Bromley will be coming up to us to want to beat us because we'll be one of the big boys in that division for them to beat. And plus, but then again, don't forget they've only played Harrogate and their home ground, which only holds 6,000. So coming up to like 15, 16,000 Bradford City fans, you never know what's going to happen. So I'd play Sanderson. I'd drop Cav because I don't know what's wrong with Cav at the moment, but I'd play Sanderson up front with Cook tomorrow.
Okay.
Do you know that new signing?
Yep.
And I'd probably change some of defenders. I'd have Jack Shepherd in because he played well and everything, but then I'd probably keep the same again, even though I don't like Smallwood, but I'd probably keep the same again. Rest of the team. So just have to wait and see what he decides. He might want to try a new system, but you never know what's going to happen. But hopefully we will beat Bromley.
And yourself, Lee?
I just think he's going to go with same again, personally. I can't see him changing a thing. I just hope the emphasis that they bring is positive rather than surprising. Trying to pick a team in podcasts lately with the way Alexander's mind works or doesn't work, choose your own words, but he just defies logic sometimes, doesn't he? We all know this from last season, and it seems it's not changed. I think he'll go with a similar squad. That's about the safest thing to say on that. This new lad coming in, save that for Rant, I guess. Another midfielder, really. Shepherd at back, yes, looks good. Bromley will be coming, all guns firing, because they're bringing the momentum that got them promoted. And that can't be discounted. We need to just play a solid game, really. Get a good win. 1-0 will do me.
And Robert?
Yeah, I can't remember last time a team actually came to Valley Parade and actually felt scared in playing in front of 16,000 fans. Apparently, Bromley do the Oof Bowl tomorrow, so obviously, like we did with Andy Cook. Yeah, I think we'll stick with the same starting lineup. I will probably take off Cal Cab though. He hasn't really shown up. He didn't show up against MK Doms. Made a couple of runs but didn't lay them off. Same with Salford, nowhere to be seen, just running around chasing his shadows. Yeah, I'd probably step Ollie in tomorrow, see what he's got to offer with Cook up top. But yeah, try not change much. We haven't lost the game yet, so keep on the positive side, and yeah, hopefully 3 points tomorrow.
Yep, 100% agree with you guys there. So I'm hoping. I want the new guy to start. Him who we got from Fulham. I want him to start. I think he deserves a go. Cav has been a little bit poor. I don't know his excuses, but he's not been finishing. I would stick with the same team, but obviously change the new guy for Cav and possibly tweak it a little bit somehow. Right, so Stan's favourite feature, score predictions for tomorrow's game. So what's your score prediction for tomorrow, Stan?
Yeah, I think it's Bromley's Cup final, isn't it? So they come here to do an Accrington on us from all those years ago. So I think this is a potential banana skin. I think we might lose 1-0.
Okay, before I go to Diane, we've had Dan coming on YouTube. Right being exposed worries me the most. Right, Diane, score predictions, love.
Oh, don't put me on the spot today. I don't know. Have I gone off?
Nope, can still hear you.
Oh, you can still hear me on my Twitter played up. I'm gonna say 3-1 to us. I'll let Bromley get it. Oh no, yeah, let Bromley get a goal. So there we go. But I'm going to say 3-1 to us because somebody's got to stop their 2-match winning streak, and hopefully it'll be us.
And Lee?
I think exactly right. I would take 1-0 all day long because they're going to come, as Stan said, it's their cup final. So, and I've never seen anybody frightened of playing at Valley Parade before either. So, just bring it on. 1-0 will do. I'm usually more positive than that, but after what I've seen so far, some of that positiveness has been put on back shelf, shall we say.
And last but not least, Robbie.
I think if we keep Cheek, obviously quiet all game, I think I'm going to go with 2-0 win personally. As long as Cheek is quiet all game as well, is one to look out for.
I think Bradford are going to win. I got 2-1. I think Cheek's going to score for them. Right. Everyone's favourite feature. Again, Stan, I'll let you do your little bit because I've missed your little bit because I keep forgetting how to pronounce your name. So the weather forecast is sponsored by.
It's sponsored by Stan Jammer Photography, where capturing your image is my focus.
And the sun will rise at 3 minutes past 6, and the sun will rise at 8:15 p.m. And according to the Met Office, it's going to start off cloudy with a bit of sun, and then typically around 11, 12 o'clock, we'll get a bit of rain. So hopefully that rain does not stay very long. It's going to be about 13 degrees, and the highest through the day is going to be about 15 degrees at 1 o'clock onwards. And that is your weather forecast. Right. The latest Bradford City news. And if you've been living under a rock today, you would have missed. Get it back up again. So Sam Stubbs has left Bradford City on loan, and he has joined rivals Cheltenham on a season-long loan. And then also we have brought in another midfielder from Wigan, Joe Adams. He's 20-year-old, and he spent the second half of last season in League Two at Morecambe, and he's been monitored throughout the season. The deal was internally held up because his form in pre-season with the Latics while we waited to bring in a recruit themselves. And typically, like Bradford City, according to this, he then picked up a slight injury, although it's been back in full training for the last couple of weeks. Adams is now become the 8th signing of the window and will wear number 25. He says, I'm buzzing to be here. I've been waiting quite a while over the summer and pre-season, but I'm happy to be here. I'm really looking forward to starting, and I'm ready to make impacts here. Hopefully we can be a successful season. And that's that. Right. So Stan, what's your thoughts on Stubbs leaving and the Adams bringing in?
I think, yeah, he's obviously got to balance the books, hasn't he? Yeah, I'm okay with Stubbs leaving, I suppose. He's, yeah, I think we've got better defenders in, but I like the guy, so yeah. And as far as the new signing goes, I'm just trying to work out where he's going to play him, where he features in the hierarchy, and who's not going to be playing in the place of this young kid from Wigan. So interesting, really, to see. So yeah, I know nothing about him, so we'll see. I mean, I don't know. Is it kind of like backup for Patterson, because obviously Patterson's going to be potentially injury prone, isn't he? I mean, I mean, just going off on the Bobby thing, I still don't see what Bobby's got to do to get in the starting lineup. Seeing as when he's come on, he's looked lively, and like I say, ironically enough, with Clark at left back. So we'll see. That's my thoughts on it anyway. So.
And Miss Diane?
I like get my words out. I like some stuff, but with him having that concussion, he's not really played much for us. So hopefully he'll get first team action with Cheltenham, which has gone down to a okay club because it's got a nice clubhouse and board of directors. But I won't say that. This new player, I don't know. Is he being bought in that makes the way for Gilly or Jake Young to be going somewhere? Nobody knows because obviously Gilly's not playing. Jake Young's not playing, but they said Jake's been injured or something. We got rid of Adam Wilson down to the new Saints again. So I think Graham Alexander's trying to get his own team together now, with it being the window. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But bringing loan players in too bad. But like I say, this new player, is somebody going to move on for him out of midfield? So just have to wait and see.
And Lee?
Yeah, new lad coming in, midfielder, 20-year-old. Who's he replacing? He's not, is he? He's just there because he's got an engine, maybe, to learn. I don't know. I just don't understand why Gilead can't get a game. He was one of our better players last year, all day long. Who's also got a very good engine. He's probably the fittest person at the club. Yes, he can play a range of positions as well. Don't we look for utility these days? I don't know. Frustrating that we still haven't got a left back in, but that's, I guess, a rant. But we need a left back. Tyreek Wright isn't the answer. He played better, but he's not a left back. He needs to be going forward and be a threat, in my opinion.
Okay, and Robbie?
I was quite upset, to be honest, when Sam went obviously on loan today. I think it's probably a hard decision for Graham as well, obviously with the choices he does have. I think Graham's obviously brought his team in. He wants to build how he wants to build it, and obviously Sam ain't in that picture at the moment in time. Maybe in future, obviously going out on loan. But yeah, I think he was probably top two defenders last year for me. Stubbs. I think he's got a lot to prove. Good signing for Cheltenham, obviously. Moving on to the signing today, I've heard he's like an Alex Patterson where he just runs around and chases it. He did have 20 appearances for Morecambe when he was there. He did score 2. But yeah, I think he's more of the chase down ball and keep the pressure on. But yeah, nice. I can't really speak. But nice to see what he does, obviously, on Saturday if he does play.
And I don't know if Bubbles has accepted the invitation. Are you there, Bubbles? Okay, take that silence as a no.
I think she's probably busy.
Oh, she's busy. She's busy TikToking again.
I don't know. I think she's just busy.
She's busy. Right. So on Sam Stubbs, I'm glad he's gone. He's going to a rival, but just to see how he gets on, it might make him a better player. Basically, he might be on his last chance saloon kind of thing. So if he does all right, they'll probably keep him. But if he does poor, he'll probably be out of the door. And on the new attacking midfielder, if he scores goals, I won't moan. I won't complain. I'm kind of glad we have got a new midfielder in. But see what happens. Bubbles, have you accepted?
I have. Sorry, I'm just little man's come home today, so I'm just running around.
So we'll start off because you just joined again. So just quickly, what was your thoughts of the Salford game?
I don't know because I just got beaten up all the way through the game by a child, so I didn't get to watch much. I ended up with a very bad shoulder, so I don't know what went on. I just remember the ball going over the line, and that was it.
And have you got any thoughts on the Bromley game?
I don't know. I think because they've won their last 2, it's going to be one of these where they're obviously really wanting it, so it's going to be a game to probably going to be an edge of a seat to this one.
And last but not least, your score predictions.
2-1 probably to us.
And the next question is, I want to start off with you, Bubbles. I know you sit in that area. What were your thoughts on the B block situation? Obviously, there's stuff being on social media. Apparently,
You really don't want my opinion on the B block situation because I am very, very disappointed of how the stewards handled my brother.
do you want to say it from the heart? Platform
Oh,
here.
I'll say it from the heart because Diane knows exactly how wound up I was that day.
Go for it.
They told me I could not have the child go in with me unless he put the wristband on his wrist. Then he stood in the toilets for 5 minutes crying, where I had to come and get someone to take the wristband off his wrist. Bearing in mind, on his paperwork and everything else, and he had his lanyard on, he is autistic. I do not need any of this wristband malarkey because it just sets him off. This is why I got constantly headbutted, my hair ragged at football, scratched, nipped and bit and everything else because he'd been too overworked and his brain had gone into overdrive, all because of his stupid wristbands.
Yeah, so just sorry to hear what's happened really at the thing there, and hopefully I've seen the email what's been posted on social media about apparently there's been more stewards there, and obviously I know it was the first home game, so hopefully obviously I hope they've learned from that situation so you don't get put in that situation
I've got a problem
again.
with other stewards because when he were kicking off, they were laughing at him. They were stood there laughing at him kicking off.
That's not good, is it really?
I can vouch for that because Georgia literally phoned me to tell me what were going on. Literally, when I was meeting Emma, she phoned me, showed me the wristband, which I think is disgusting that they're putting them on kids as well. Adults,
They're
kids,
not letting,
no.
because I read I ain't got the email in front of me on
We're
social
not
media.
allowing under 16s in without being accompanied by an adult. So why can't the adult wear the wristband and the child just get in with the adult? Considering I've got a carer's ticket because he's down as disabled.
You should try it, just see if you can wear it.
I tried that and they told me he wasn't allowed in unless he had the wristband on, otherwise he has to go home. So I nearly told it around the football where the sun doesn't shine.
Have you reported this to Club Rope Bubbles?
I have. I've reported it to my auntie who works there and she's having it out with them and basically said if it happens again, I've just got to go to her and she's going to sort it out for me.
Hopefully you do get your issues sorted. Is anyone else got anything to talk about the B block? Stan, have you witnessed anything or anything?
I didn't witness anything. Well, I'd heard and sort of seen of some sort of kerfuffle, but I mean it's typical City, isn't it? You know, sort of. It might iron itself out, but teething trouble, etc. But yeah, it's almost like sort of these incidents aside, they totally picked the wrong area for it, didn't they? I mean, they've got like back at the top of the cop where you've got a roof and the sound will reverberate and resonate, etc. But yeah, so it's kind of like it's an odd one really, but I hope it gets ironed out because obviously people want to go and just watch a football game, don't they? So
Robbie, you've got your hand up?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a family club at the end of the day. Obviously, some fans that just go there for basically fights, drink, whatever they want to do. Obviously, top of the cop, you did have them up there in the K block. That obviously didn't work out due to people misbehaving, not acting their age. Bradford City reacted, moved them. Fair enough. Northwest corner, not too bad, but obviously two different chants from the block in the northwest corner. Atmosphere, absolute awful last year. I was in the Midland Road, absolute awful. There were two chants going on. Even away fans were laughing as it was that bad. B block, obviously, move them down, keep them compact, keep an eye on them. You're going to have same issues wherever you put them. They're not growing up. They're not acting their age. If they're not acting their age, just get rid.
Diane, have you got any thoughts on the B block, love?
Yeah, well, I know what Georgia were on about, obviously, because she phoned me up to tell me. She was in tears telling me. I could hear Jake in tears, which were upsetting me that Jake was in tears because they were having, little man, I mean, was having to put his thingy on, wristband on. So it's awful. Like I say, like we've said, let the adults wear them, don't let the kids. If they've got an adult with them, let the adults wear them, not the kids. Everything else is just ridiculous. It's just so ridiculous. And I can understand people kicking off because they were all stood up and those behind could not see. And I even saw that and I was in the main stand. So you can guarantee what it's like. That is why I moved.
Robbie, still got your hand up, or is that
Yeah,
just...
I'll just input on that. They did have time though. The people who actually, I don't know. I don't know if it's a Bantam bar, what's arguing they can't see or anything, but you had time to move your season ticket seats. Bradford City did give you time to move your seats and find another seat. If you haven't moved your seat, it's not their problem. You did have the choice, obviously, to move.
Lee, have you got any thoughts on the issues in B block? I know you.
Well, watching it on TV, I just thought, well, the atmosphere seemed a little better, but I'm not there, so I couldn't hear. That just sounds what Georgia said, absolutely appalling. That should never happen. Where is this draconian idea that we have to wear wristbands coming from? You know, what the hell is that about? That just sounds ludicrous. Do you think she said she's got a carer's ticket? So, you know, I know from my own disabilities that if I had a carer that could get me in and out, they wouldn't pay. You just get your own ticket in normal way. So if she's buying a ticket for little man, they should know that he's with her because she's a carer for him. So why can't she wear a wristband, as she said? That's just ludicrous. Someone needs to lose their job really quickly and all. That's annoyed me as that. Sorry to hear that. I
Stan,
really
have you
feel
got
for
your
you, Georgia. I
You
do.
got your hand up, Stan?
Yeah, sorry, I put thumbs up instead of hands up, sort of thing. Just in response to, is it Robbie? Sorry, just at the point of with regards to the giving enough time. But I mean, I don't feel that strongly about it. But my answer to that was, well, why should they have to move? Do you know what I mean? Because it's almost like it's a bit like when Edding came and we tried to create this sort of Dortmund wall, you know, sort of artificially, and it's got to be organic. So it just seems like it's created a problem that didn't need to be created. It was basically there needs to be a solution to whatever was going on in the northwest corner. I don't think that was the right solution, or then it's obviously it's created a situation that people don't want to leave, because end of the day, I don't want to move from my sort of seat where I sit, and so I won't be too happy about it. So it's always going to create a little bit of tension, and if, as people are saying, you got some people not acting their age and so on, it's kind of creating potential flashpoints.
Robbie, you got your hand up again, mate?
Yeah, I was going to try and expand on that. So obviously you've got the Morrison's family stand, families, players, other arse, family members. I've been in there a couple of times, started chanting, bit of swearing. Obviously, it's not really allowed in that stand. You do get told to bugger off in the nice way to put it. Northwest corner, not too bad, but I've always noticed, same with away days, wherever the drum is, you get idiots. Same with home fans, wherever the drum is, idiots follow. With a cop, for example, we've got 16,000 at Salford. The atmosphere felt probably less than 9,000 actually chanting. I don't know. I think people are just there just to cause trouble.
Yeah.
And for the stewards, for example, I do think they need training on. Same with the away section. They just stand there. They don't do anything. And obviously, I know they're probably voluntary. Most of them are. Some may be paid. But I think they do need a bit more training on and a bit more discipline, in the nicest way to put it.
They're all paid, Robbie. They all
Are they
get
all
paid.
paid? That's
They
even
all
worse
get
then.
paid, yeah.
That's even worse.
And they should have certificates, because Graham, before he got poorly, he was working for Showsec, and they had to have certificates, they had to have training, and they got paid. And he did work at City and get paid as well.
Thing is, though, if you move the drum to the Morrison stand, you're gonna have problems there. If you move them to Northwest corner, you got problems there. You move them to Cork, you've got problems there. Wherever you shove them, there's always gonna be an handful of people that's not gonna like it, no matter what. So it's a no-win.
So moving on now to everybody's favourite part, and I'm going to actually start off. I've got two vents. So chat about, shout about, vent about anything, and I'm going to start. I've got two vents. The first vent is the EFL need to get off their ass and get goal line technology into League 1 and 2, because if we miss out on promotion by 2 points, the shit will hit the fan. Social media will probably melt down, and it needs sorting. The EFL makes shitloads of money every year, probably every season, every year, and they need to book their ideas up. I think it costs like 250 grand or something like that to get it in. It needs to come in. And then my second vent is going to be about the B block. In the first half, I think the drummer must have fallen asleep in the first half. I didn't actually hear anything apart from bang bang, and that were it. It was very quiet. I admit, second half was a little bit better. The atmosphere was much better in the second half. Everybody was bouncing away. But with the stuff what I've seen on social media and like what Bubbles was saying there, Bradford City stewards need possibly training on stuff, educating on people's disabilities, and trying to get people to sit down at a away game is probably going to be very difficult. And people behind the people watching it, so the people stood up watching it, York Billet obstruction people's. What I heard on the grapevine is they've got moved from top of the K block and top of the northwest corner was due to standing up all the time, and it's a health and safety risk as well. They're standing up. That's why they got moved. So Bradford City, you need to get off your asses. It's all right doing it away and stuff like that, but home games, you need to book your IDs up. Like Stan was saying, there issues at games and stuff like that. Someone will get hurt eventually at games, and it's unfair on people who want to go to the game and watch the game. And that's end of my rant. Right, Stan.
Yeah, I guess it's sort of not so much a rant as just more of a monologue. But I can't remember a time when I've been um, less interested at the club. I didn't follow anything over the summer. I mean, I've been busy. I've been busy with my business, so that's taking priority. But it's kind of like, for me at least, it feels like I'm at the moment. I'm just not caring. I don't rate Alexander. I mean, I didn't even read or listen to these press conference, but his bag of resentment comments are gonna come back to bite him on the arse. Ultimately, though, I want him to succeed, and that's the thing. It's like I don't want to be proved right. I want to be proved wrong, so that he actually succeeds with us, and that's what I want. But I can't see it. And yeah, it's typical City. It's the typical kind of like two-bit sort of, with what's going on and stuff like that. I appreciate, obviously, things may take time to settle in, but with the atmosphere thing, I think the atmosphere because they actually started putting stringing, passes together and actually creating atmosphere on the pitch. Um, but I always felt over the last 2 or 3 years that the team also does respond to the atmosphere, good or bad, because I've sensed it at a few away games, like in the last 2 or 3 years, where the fans have been up for it, and it's just shown on the pitch. But it's like I honestly couldn't be bothered getting into the game until sort of second half because we were just I thought we were very very dull to watch. So that's my specific rants, if you're going to call them rants. But yeah, and obviously Bobby should be starting as well. But
Okay.
but on a positive, I thought Clark was good at Ottawa was good at Grimsby in that sort of free role, and then he played really well like I say, ironically, in the position that we got him in for at left wing back. So him and Bobby down the left, I think would be a really good combination. But other than that, not particularly excited. I think we're heading for mid-table mediocrity, but I genuinely hope I'm wrong.
And what about yourself, Diane Love? Want to chat about anything?
Well, you just said what I said earlier on about if that 2 points could be the pinnacle of getting automatic promotion or getting in the playoffs or just missing out on the playoffs. But it's still the B block. I don't know, Bradford City, wherever people they put the people, it's gonna those that are going the B block with the drum, it's gonna cause trouble. Like you say, if they put them in main stand, obviously will, Midland Road will. TL Dallas now we've got it as a community stand. It was nice to see there was people in the community stand in the TL Dallas stand on Saturday, families and everything. But I have heard that if they've given Carlisle, the 2 blocks that they give away matches, away teams, they've given them. But if they sell out, which they're on sale now, they are moving them all. They are sending them tickets for TL Dallas as well. So where they're going to put that them people from the community if that happens.
They'll probably move them somewhere else.
Yeah, yeah, I read that on Carlisle's website actually. I went in to have a look. But yeah, if they sell out the 2 blocks in Midland Road, which they will, they are going to give him TL Dallas as well. So like you say, they will move him somewhere else. But it's just people. I just hope everything gets sorted out with like the B block moves and everything, and it just calms down. There's no fighting or anything. And if people that want to join the B block, they should have got the seats in there, because there were people going in to the B block with no seats. That's probably why they've done the wristbands as well. But now they will be double checking them, because I did see people and they were all weren't sitting on an assigned seat, and they were going from one bit at cop to the B block. And that's me done.
Lee, do you want to shout about, vent about anything?
Yeah. Stan brought something up. Walker Poynton. Why on earth are they not getting a look in? I banging my head against a brick wall to try and work out why Alexander doesn't rate people that when they are on the pitch give everything. Score great goals, Poynton last season when he did get a run, responded to that. Why are we bringing in a 20-year-old kid? Is he going to replace Poynton? I don't know. It just really defies logic. I do not understand Alexander or his team selection or what he's actually looking for. I'm failing to find any kind of real plan. And I just don't know.
Lee, on that, so just to jump in very quickly, it's not for me. It's almost like you're getting to a point from going from not understanding Alexander to actively disliking him because of his.
I am.
No, I mean that for myself as well. You know, and
I want to like him. I want him to succeed, same as you do.
Yeah.
But what the hell is he doing with our side? Bradford City belongs to the supporters. It doesn't belong to him. It doesn't belong to owners, and it doesn't belong to anything. Bradford City Football Club is a fans club. It's always been a fans club. It's always been an attacking club as well, by the way, with none of this press. We're the ones that they should be trying to press, and they're not. We make it easy for them by sitting back after we score, and it really narks me. It really does.
And last but not least, Robbie.
I'm just going to jump back all the way back to what you said, Johnny, with the away fans standing and obviously the home stands. Away fans, obviously, everyone's been to a away game, everyone stands up, claps their hands, chant. That's the most enjoyment I ever have at football. Getting involved, feel like I'm in the game, beating random people, cuddling them at 90 plus 5 minutes or whatever we score the late winner. Same for home games. I don't want to sit down when I'm so deep into the game and I can't get off my seat. I don't want to be stuck to the seat. I like standing up. Don't get me wrong, there is places obviously where you can stand up in the stadium. But I think we all should stand up sometime and actually give a bit, obviously create an atmosphere. Obviously, I'm not saying stand up all the game, but I want to be that little kid again where I literally went with my dad, sat on the seat, tense my bum cheeks every time we got close to score and actually scream and actually stand up. I don't want to sit down on a chair for 90 minutes bored out of my head and not be able to do anything. Same with, what did Diane say again? Sorry. I was just going to finish on that as well.
What did you say, Diane Love?
Which bit?
Oh, it was the fans on the T Della stand.
Yeah.
For me, I think that is picking them out and just shoving them there.
It is.
I think if it is a family club, you keep them with us. You put them in the family stand. You I don't know. We've got loads of seats available. Put them in the family stand. Put them in the cot. Put them in the Midland Road. For me, the T Della stand is for the away fans and the away fans only. I don't want them on Midland Road next to our fans. It's just going to cause havoc. It's going to cause fighting, everything. Keep them in the DS. I can't speak. Keep them in that stand. Sorry. And create an atmosphere like when we score, make them feel like tight and compact, like the nothing.
Put it this way,
I miss them days. I just miss that. But yeah, for me, I always want to be at the edge of my seat and into the game. I don't want to sit on my seat for 90 minutes and not being able to do anything.
Put it this way, but when you get to a certain age, your legs start getting numb on them bloody seats.
I think Leo back you up on that.
Yeah, you get to a certain age and you're like going.
No, every game I went to, I stood up.
No, but I do miss that though. I miss the little me. That's why I go to football, to try and get it back and enjoy myself. That's why I wait till Saturdays. I can't wait for it. I work all hard to go to a football game and Saturday just to sit in a chair again. It's not for me.
Right. Last but not least, what's on your plate? So, Stan, what have you had for your tea or having for your tea?
I think I'm going to have sausages for my tea. Yeah, do you know, I'm going through a phase where I don't know what I can be bothered to eat. And so just like everything, you just think, oh, I'll just bung some sausages in the oven. So yeah, just boring sausages.
Any kind of sausages, thick, thin?
I always prefer the thicker sausages, just some Tesco ones.
Richmond's are nice.
The farm shop at Keelan makes some half decent sausages.
Miss Diane?
Sorry, I'm just trying to control my laughter now at the moment. I had pork loin steak with roast potatoes.
Nice.
That's what I was scoffing.
Lee?
Butchers, bought by my daddy.
Well, tonight I'm having sausage and mash with steak gravy with onions and maybe a few sprouts. That'll make a few people squirm.
You've got to have a Yorkshire pudding there as well, Lee.
No.
What?
Not with sausage and mash, no, just the moutarde.
Nah.
Bit of mustard.
Robbie, what about yourself?
Barbecue chicken wrap with a side of chips. So something quick and easy.
Is that KFC or is that homemade?
Homemade, of course. Obviously not the chicken, but you know what I mean.
And I think I'm going to have a curry. Some chicken tikka. I'm starving. Right, I can't mute anyone. But if you could do me a favour, if you could just mute your send for me, please, everyone. So I can't see Jack all at the minute. Right, so I want to say thank you, everybody, for coming along. Stan, Diane, Lee, Robbie, and also Bubbles. Hope you've enjoyed watching and listening. If you do like what you're seeing and listening to, get your send on Chickens on the Loose or Bradford City Chickens on the Loose podcast on all podcast services. Also on YouTube, Twitter, and that's it really on there. Also, we've got a small Facebook page, Up the Chickens on Facebook, Bradford City Up the Chickens on Facebook. Get yourself over there. Give us a like. We just chat about through the game and stuff. Also, Golden Goal. And just thanks everybody for coming along. Hope Bradford City win tomorrow. Wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Enjoy your night and come on, City, tomorrow.